these blueberry muffins, they feel just as good coming out as they do going in, if you know what I mean. So these protein muffins start with rolled oats, and if you use gluten-free oats, then this whole recipe is gluten-free. Then we've got raw unsalted almonds, and then this is protein powder. I only ever use this protein powder because my tummy doesn't have a problem with it. Here I have hemp hearts, chia seeds, and flax seeds. Mine are already ground, but you can use the whole flax seeds also. And for the last of the dries, I have kosher salt, baking soda, baking powder, and ground cinnamon. For the wets, I have whole milk, but you can use any kind of milk, dairy or non, 4 large eggs, real maple syrup, olive oil, vanilla paste or vanilla extract works too, and the zest of 1 lemon. And then blueberries, of course. Fresh or frozen both work, but when I use frozen ones, I keep them in the freezer until the very last minute so that they don't start to defrost and then turn the batter purple. For years and years, I have overridden my body's communication around what foods genuinely feel good. These muffins came about as an aggressively intentional attempt to listen into my body's subtle and sometimes not so subtle cues and learn what it means for me to actually eat what feels good. When I was a kid, my grandmother always had various kinds of giant muffins in her freezer. They were from Sam's Club. There was always lemon poppy, banana nut, double chocolate, and blueberry. They were wrapped in layers upon layers of plastic wrap with an outer shell of aluminum foil to protect the precious muffins from the harsh freezer. They were a favorite breakfast item of mine when we were visiting them and something that I remember fondly. So when I found myself wanting a blueberry muffin for breakfast, I decided to figure out how to make one that has more nutrient density because, let's be honest for a second, muffin is usually just another way to say unfrosted cake. And while I love cake, it doesn't always feel awesome in my body as a way to start the day. Oats, on the other hand, my body really loves oats. Are these a replacement for a classic blueberry muffin, one of those cake style ones? No, absolutely not. They are their own delicious things, and they have a lot of protein and fiber in them. By my rough estimation, with the exact ingredients that I use, it's about 19 grams of protein per muffin and about 5 grams of fiber, which I find is enough to get things moving in the morning, if you know what I mean. Okay, the muffins came out of the oven maybe 20 minutes ago. They've been sitting and cooling, but they're still warm, which is how I like them. Usually when they're a little golden brown on top like that, it means that they're cooked all the way through, but I always check them with a cake tester and moist crumbs. Sorry to use that word, but moist crumbs are really what you're looking for. Okay, the grand reveal. I was a little bit light on blueberries. It wasn't the full amount because we used all of them in smoothies, which I didn't realize, but it's still enough. I think this is plenty. Cheers. I had a period where I was making these every single week. And to be honest, I haven't made them in a long time. I need to get back to making them every week. They're really good. Keep them in the fridge because they don't last super long on the counter. They last about a week-ish in the fridge, and you can just eat them cold. And when I do that, sometimes I'll cut them in quarters and put a big dollop of cottage cheese in the little middle there, a little cottage cheese muffin flour. And while they're good cold, I like to warm them up a little bit and have them with some butter and salt. That's my preferred way. I also just eat them plain. They're great to kind of just throw in your bag if you're not super hungry the minute you're leaving the house, or good for a little afternoon protein pick-me-up. I've also been playing around with all sorts of different things to put in them. So over the next little while, I'll do little shorts on YouTube that I'll also post on social media elsewhere when I come up with new flavors that work well, that are vetted and tested. I have a lot of ideas. I also have a couple that I know already that work. And let me know if you have any other ideas for flavor combinations or things that you'd like me to try. And I'll definitely post those other versions on my website. But for now, this blueberry version is the only one available, which is on my website. I've got other recipes there for you. I've also got DIY projects, and also brand new is the Moonbelly shop, which you can also find on my website. Right now I'm selling belt bags, but I plan to expand the inventory just as soon as I can. I also have a newsletter. I send it out about once a month, sometimes less. There's just a little bit of extra goodies there for my newsletter people, including discounts for the shop, as well as just extra writings and thoughts and just a little bit more insight into what's going on in my life and what I'm thinking about. All of these things are linked where you can expect them right down below. That's it for today. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. Until next time, big hugs, and I hope you have a great day.